And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I don't know who's up at this time, but got something on my chest. Got to get it off. Maybe no one's up at this time. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So, welcome, everyone to Beyond Babbitt. This is your host, Brian Anthony, reporting for duty. Your host, Brian Anthony, with Beyond Babbitt, reporting for duty. All right, someone in the house. Appreciate the thumbs up. Appreciate the like. Um, yeah, I don't know who all. All right, we're starting to get some people. Don't know who all's up. It's the middle of the morning, middle of the night, depending on where you are, or maybe even daytime somewhere. But I got my coffee. It's morning to me, and I'm wired up. Got a lot on my mind. Good morning, Joe Berlin. Man, you're up early. All right, or is it late for you? so, guys, let's just lay it all out, man. Something does not feel right. It don't feel right. So, I've been having like a deja vu type feeling. Like one of the dreams I had. It's like we're in that time. And I don't know which one it is. Oh, okay. Early, South Florida. Yeah, you're an hour ahead of me then. On the East Coast. Yeah. So, yeah, something about the dream. One of the dreams I had, we're in that time. And the dreams that I've been having about these type of times, it's not going to be good. Rob Fresh and Loader. Hello, hello. 811? Uh-oh, let me see what that say. Wildest day ever in the United States. Why? What is that? What is that, Rob Fresh? What is 811? Usually it's 911. Tell me about that. Um, so let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Who is this with all these freaking lights on? Oh. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Um, so y'all heard what happened in California, right? So we know since July the 4th, it's been something like 40,000 earthquakes and secondary shakers, tremors in California since July the 4th. Man, these the police riding around here. So, since July the 4th, it's been 40,000 tremors and aftershocks since that big earthquake that happened then. Okay. So now we know everyone who listens to this show know that I had said originally that California was going to be on the B side, right? It's going to be a breakaway. It's going to be communist. It's going to be on the side with Russia and China. And remember I said Turkey would end up being on that side? We're seeing all this play out right now. Well, recently, California they just passed a bill which is going to bar President Trump from appearing on the ballots in California in 2020. Sounds strange, doesn't it? It's because it is strange. I've never heard anything like this in my life. You know, I'm not 20 years old. I'm not 30 years old. I've been around a little longer than that. And I've never heard of a state trying to pass a bill, a law, to bar a sitting president from running again, from being placed on the ballot in their state. California's the first to do that. We know that California is a sanctuary city, maybe even a sanctuary state. We know that it's being run by, I mean, it's not, I don't have a lot of high words remarks to speak to about California, at least the people that run it. I know there are good citizens there. They're good, but the people who are in charge of the government, man, so I don't think California is a good place to be. But they're saying this. They're saying that they passed the bill, and they're saying anybody to run for office in California or that's going to be on a ballot in California, you have to at least be able to show 5 years worth of your income tax statements, your tax returns. You have to show it. You have to release the last 5 years, the previous 5 years tax returns. The only problem with that is, as far as running for president, okay, the Constitution puts forth the criteria, right? Constitution and the Bill of Rights tells us what's required. Oh, okay, Rob Fresh. Okay, Rob Fresh and Lotta. I'm checking on it. We're going to keep our eye out for those things. So basically, the Constitution is the authority on what it takes for a presidential candidate to appear on a ballot in any state. Good morning, Sarah Evans. So California said, we don't care about none of that. They said they passed the bill. They've already passed it. And they're saying anybody to be placed on a ballot in their state has to show previous 5 years of income tax statements. Now, why is that important anyway? I mean, which I don't ever remember, them just blasting any other president's information or any congressman or senator or city councilman, and none of that mess. The tax returns, just putting it out there for the people to see. Why? Okay, we already know Trump. We already know all them people. If they weren't rich by the time they were elected, they're rich by the time they leave. Okay, so what's the big deal? Okay, they already say Trump's a millionaire. Trump says he's a billionaire. Okay, what's the big deal? Y'all don't believe him? He got hotels and all this type of stuff. What do you need to see? I know what you want to see. You want to see what other businesses he's involved in, under what names, what other LLCs, stuff like this that probably you wouldn't be able to see just in public sites. You can mess with them, so you can make them lose money. It's a horrible thing, man, but it don't feel right. So now that's just one part of the thing that doesn't feel right now. Within the last 24 to 48 hours, okay, so the Rocket Man last week, I think maybe Friday, or was it the weekend? He launched 2 short-range missiles. Rocket Man, little fat kid. Okay, guess what? He just launched about 4 more missiles. Yeah, we don't know what he's doing, what he's planning. We don't know if they're short, intermediate, long range. We don't know if they're satellites. We don't know what the plan is. He's lobbed several missiles into the water. Several, not one, not two, several. Okay, since you're testing them, huh? Kim, you want to test missiles? Okay. Not only did he test his, Israel tested theirs, Iran tested theirs, and the U.S. tested theirs. Everybody's launching missiles. Test. They're calling them test. Man, this thing can't be that far off, guys. Can't be that far off. And I hear that the U.S. and Russia are competing to win the business of India on the fighter jets. Turns out that India is not going to make its own fighter jet after all. Let me turn this on. Okay.
In the same degree as you.
Okay, so India is not going to manufacture its own fighter jet after all. It's going to buy again. And it's now trying to determine whether it's going to buy from Russia or buy from the United States. It's easy. You can ask me, I'll tell you. They're going to buy from Russia. How do I know? Because they're already, they're buying the S-400 missile defense, surface-to-air missile defense system. We're not going to sell you F-35s. At least that's what we told Turkey. That's why we're having a little rift with Turkey right now, right? So they're going to buy the Russian, I believe it's a Su-27. I need to look that up. But the new fourth, almost fifth generation fighter jet, 4.5, I'd say, from Russia, the Su-27s, I believe it is. And it's not, the S-400s will not be compatible with the F-35. Now maybe we can sell them some old F-16s or F-22s or some other, but no, India likes the latest and greatest and the best. Now at one time, I mean, we talked about this before. At one time they were buying their military equipment from the U.S., and then at one time they were buying it from Russia, specifically the jets. They were flying the, India was using the MiGs at one time. Then they were using the F-14s and 16s and 18s and all this type of stuff. Now they're at the point of buying again. They've already ordered the S-400 missile system or missile defense system, surface-to-air missiles. So that leads me to believe they're gonna order the Russian jets as well, the Su-27, I believe it is. So that's a lot of money we're losing. It's a lot of money we're losing right now. Okay, and then on top of that, there's been a buildup, right? On the Hong Kong border and on the Taiwanese border with the Chi-Com troops. They're getting ready to try to take it. They're getting ready to take Hong Kong. They're getting ready to take Taiwan. So the U.S. has stepped up its presence in the South China Sea with a number of other nations, smaller nations. They're going to do the freedom of navigation, just continuously sail and fly through there. And China's continuously making threats. Now, I believe Taiwan is about to buy over $1 billion worth of weapons from us because they don't want their freedom taken. They're going to go against the Chi-Coms. And I believe Hong Kong is in the market of buying some things from us as well. But it just doesn't feel right, guys. It just doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. This is the last day of July. Today is July the 31st. Wednesday here where I am. And August the 1st, man, we may see some things change. Feels like, here in Texas, it's usually this time of year, even this time of night, it's usually still like 90, 100 degrees. It's not right now. It's not. It's probably in the 70s or 80s. I mean, usually you don't cool down like this at night, especially in July, not in Texas. And then August is usually hotter than July. But feels like winter's gonna come early. Feels like it's gonna be an extremely cold winter this year. And it feels like it's coming in August. It just feels like that. Weather's been too strange. Like right, that cool breeze just blew through here. This doesn't feel like July weather. No, not even at night. Not in Texas. No way. No way. It's usually still in the 90s. High 90s. Mid to upper. But it's cool right now. So something is wrong. No. What else, guys? What else? Getting warnings from a lot of financial advisors and economists about the fiat currencies. They're all saying, some are saying that this month may be it. Most of them are saying this year is definitely it for all the fiat currencies. A lot of them are saying that the metals are going to have a breakout. Silver and gold is going to really have a breakout. And then the ratio of the cost, silver to gold, is going to close. And silver is going to shoot up extremely high, swiftly, extremely quick. This is what they're estimating. This is what their guess is, their take on it is. From what I'm hearing, the auto market in the U.S. is starting to slow down. Still over 7 million people that are delinquent. These people are also credit challenged. Um, Housing is slowing down. So a lot of things that are starting to happen. A lot of companies are laying off. I even hear Uber is going to lay off several hundred people. And Uber, when they came out, they said their stated goal was to bankrupt the taxi business. And they pretty much did that. City to city, state to state, all over the country, all over the world. To where you didn't have anything left but social media rides. There was no, you used to have the physical taxis and ride that business up. It's pretty much an online thing now. You have to have a cell phone in order to ride share. The ride sharing companies, the automated vehicles, the automated 18-wheelers, to where there's no human driver. The autonomous helicopters and planes, and they're going to deliver packages with drones. And humans are almost obsolete now. Humans are almost obsolete. So that lets us know that. I'm just looking at it. Looks like a Prime truck right there going by. Prime truck. Amazon Prime. So that lets us know that the beast system is near. The digital economy is about to explode. And we're going to see a lot of things that we've never seen. A lot of the insurance companies are going to go broke. A lot of the banks are going to go belly up. A lot of the investment banks are going to go belly up. You remember Lehman Brothers? Things like that? There's going to be a lot of this type of thing going on. And it's going to happen quickly, guys. So when I was talking about selling through the South China Sea, also we're telling people to, if they're going to be selling tankers through the Strait of Hormuz, make sure they're secure. Send military vessels to sail through there as well. And somehow we had a little skirmish, should you say. Oh, wait a minute. I must have said something wrong now long for yesterday. Welcome back, guys. With all these bars, they buffer me and tried to knock me off air. They tell me I had to reconnect to the internet. So that's the point I want to stick with. The Brits selling through the Strait of Hormuz. And they're getting their navy together to sail through there, along with some of the tankers. So they said they don't need us. They just said they don't need the U.S. So we tapped France on the shoulders and a few other countries, and everybody's just going to keep sailing through there. So most likely, all the quote-unquote Western alliance or allied nations are going to be sailing through the Strait of Hormuz and the South China Sea like continuously until this thing pops off. Because they're trying to prove that we're not backing down, we're not running, and you're not running anything. Well, it's not going to go well. It's not going to go well. Another thing I heard was Russia got caught backstabbing Iran. Russia has a double deal, playing both sides, but they're really on the side of Israel. And they backstabbed Iran, something they were supposed to be doing, and they got caught. But I'll have to dig and get more details into that. But so far, guys, so many things are happening right now. We've sent more military. Matter of fact, we've approved sale of more weapons to the Saudis. So we have, we sent troops to Saudi Arabia as well. And it's just a slow build up. And then we just sent a naval vessel maybe a whole little fleet towards the big V, headed towards the big V. So it's not over with the big V by a long shot. Also, it's not over in the Ukraine, Syria. They're saying that Israel just bombed Iran in Syria, and they just bombed Iran in Iraq. Stuff is heating up, guys. It just doesn't feel right. On top of all of that, the crazy weather that's happening around the world, fires and floods and tornadoes and hurricanes. There's a double hurricane down there in the Gulf right now, 2 waiting to come ashore. And top of that, the food shortage that's happening globally now, especially in the U.S. Most of our farmers didn't get to they put less than 20% of the crops, planted less than 20% of the crops in the ground. And there wasn't a huge amount of farmers who were able to do that. And that's the norm right now around the world. Mostly every country you can think of is having major floods, earthquakes, and volcanoes. So we're on edge like that, guys. What do you think? I mean, leave a comment down below. Speak to me. Talk to me. Let me know what's on y'all's minds. I'm thinking it's going to be a lot of people are going to get caught with their pants down. A lot of people are going to have to make some life-altering, life-changing decisions really quickly, really swiftly, because there's no plan A, there's no plan B, there's no plan C. You know, it's just day-to-day thinking, oh, I got to get up and go to work, and then I got to go to the grocery store. Those things are not going to be like that anymore. It's going to be a big difference. When I said big difference, believe that. And also, there's a lot more sicknesses and diseases that are showing up from everywhere, every end of the spectrum. There's too many to name. The thing is, make sure you're eating right. The flesh-eating bacteria, they got a brain-eating bacteria from the water, from the Gulf, from the nano is in the water. It's in us. We have to stay detox, guys. So much is going on right now. And there's no end in sight. Tribulation is just going to get greater. For those of you who didn't know that this was tribulation, well, welcome to the tribulation. Welcome to the great tribulation. So, keep your eyes peeled. The end is not here yet. And that day shall not come unless there be a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. That day is coming close as well. That day is coming. 8/11. Well, Allison Faye, that's I don't know. Rob Fresh and Loda just left that date on there, and it's gematria. There may be something happen on 8/11. I can't guarantee either way. All I know is there's an uneasy feeling right now. Things are happening right now. Make sure you're ready right now. I can't tell you I'll be ready in 2 weeks. I'm gonna tell you be ready today, right now. So if there's anything lacking that you're lacking, what are you waiting on? Things could change like immediately, overnight. Oh, during the next couple of hours, something could go. I mean, right now, expect the unexpected. So I don't know what else is planned, but we hear a lot of more protests are planned, and civil unrest may be planned, and a lot of these shootings. You know, there's been a lot of shootings this week and last week. A lot of these people may be sleeper cells for other countries, right? Um, it's just so much going on. I can't call it. What do you think? What do you guys think? Um, all I know is it's not looking good. It's not looking good. And it's moving full speed, like full speed ahead. And there's so much other distractions, I call white noise, for people to take their eye off the big picture, take their eye off the ball, and worry with these little tedious things. Exactly, they're pouring in through the borders, and now they're even flying them in. They're chartering planes, and the good old U.S. is paying for it. So the country's pretty much destroyed. It's not together. Half of the government is siding with the communists and socialists. The other half are siding with the U.S. patriots. A house divided cannot stand. This house will not stand. It's just you have to choose a side. What are you gonna do for you and your family, for your future, for your eternity? You know what I mean? In case you don't make it past this. Everybody's not gonna survive, guys. Newsflash, everybody's not gonna survive. Some people are gonna die. Hopefully it's not me. Hopefully it's not you. But that is a possibility. Some people are gonna drown. Some people are gonna burn up in the fire or by the volcano. Some people are gonna get taken out by the earthquake. All right, Allison. That's it. Allison Faye. All right. y'all bless you. She said, I choose God. Yeah, well, we have to choose that. And choosing Yah is more than just lip service. There's action behind it as well. Yeah, there's a work behind it. Yeah, so either way it goes, it's whatever we're gonna do, we have to do it now. Because we already know the wicked have a plan. They have a plan. They showed us they've been showing their hand for the longest. And their plan is to get rid of the dollar, get rid of cash, fiat currency, and we're going all digital. We're going into credit or crypto, and both. And my thinking is at the end of the day, it's going to be crypto, because that's why the 5G network is here and the IoT, Internet of Things. You're going to start hearing those initials a lot more. And everything is going to be connected to it. Your social credit score, your real credit score, your college transcripts, your birth records, and everything is going to be tied to the crypto. And the final thing on the crypto is you're going to have to get it implanted in your right hand or in your forehead. You think Trump was selected to bring in the NWO? Honestly, I thought O was selected to bring in the NWO. He did a good enough job. There's no coming back from what he did. From what Bush and O did, just those two, in those 16 years, no, there's no coming back from that. And I'm leaving out Clinton, because Clinton the one who really got it kicked off. So, yeah, what Bush and O did, there's no coming back from that. I'm surprised that O wasn't able to finish it, but thank God he wasn't able to finish it, but he'll be back. He will be back. And, yeah, guys, we're looking at civil unrest. We're looking at a lot of things. They're going to they're coming after the Second Amendment. You won't be able to defend yourself or your family. Yeah, it's about to collapse. It's about to collapse. Another thing I read was all the nations that were signed on to the Iranian deal, nuclear deal, All of them have re-signed. All of them except the U.S. We're the only ones who pulled out of it. And that's, of course, remember that's something old put together, where Iran had to do nothing but receive billions of dollars and keep enriching uranium. Exactly. Exactly, Allison Faye. They're all related. And so we know that the bloodline that the anti is going to come through. We know that. The serpent seed, seed of Satan. Synagogue of Satan. That's what it talks about, the fake Jews. See, those who say they're Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Oh, yeah. That's why everybody's taking interest now over in Jerusalem and Israel. But things are happening at an alarming pace right now. And a lot of people are too busy. Their focus is on sports and vacation and just fun, you know. I mean, and that's okay. But we know that's not where you need to have your focus. You first need to focus on Yah. Get your relationship with Yah right. And then you need to realize that we all need to realize that there are physical things that we have to do. And God, He'll put it in your spirit, what you have to do. Because when this stuff start happening, I mean, you're gonna cry for FEMA camps, you're gonna cry for the government to come save you. Or you're gonna just sit on the rooftop and wait and be like, yeah, I know you're coming to get me. But He's been telling you what to do for years and you ain't did nothing yet. Come on, I'm just gonna have faith. Well, you're not having much faith because you're being disobedient. If He's told you to move, to do something, and you haven't done it, that means you don't have faith because you haven't moved, right? Yeah, it's gonna take some work. It's gonna take some work. Yeah, it's not magic. It's not a genie. You rub the belly of the lamp, kick your feet up, or click your heels 3 times, or pink, blink your eyes, or snap your fingers. Nah, it's gonna take some work. Anything worth having requires work. So I just want to get that out there, guys. I don't want to go too long, but a lot of food for thought, a lot of things to think about. Even the relationships you're in now, whether it's friends or family or romantic relationships, have to start. The sifting process has to start somewhere. Some of these people aren't on the same level. How could 2 walk together unless they be agreed? Okay? So whatever you're going to do, whoever you're going to be around, you have to be pretty much one with these people, with this person or these people. No dissenting opinions, no, oh, I'm going to do this, well, you do that, and I'm going to do this. No. Because in these last times, we're going to have to work together as one. Because it's going to be more than just, we're fighting more than, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. The whole system, we're fighting against the whole system, which is spiritual wickedness in high places. And I'm really not into politics like that. I'm not going to vote because I know it's not going to change anything. I already know what's written. I know where we are. My vote is for Yah. So, but I do know that California is overstepping its boundaries, way overstepping them by passing a law to keep the sitting president off the ballot in 2020. Yeah, so California's really just declared its independence by doing that. There's no way you can be an American state and be like that. So anyway, guys, heads up. Watch your 6, watch your 12, watch your 3 and your 9. And pray for me, I'll pray for you. And pretty much, Allison Faye, especially in national politics. Now, your vote really counts in things like city council, but once those people get in, they're going to be bought and paid for. They're going to fold. They can't stand up to the pressure, to the threats and you know, so at the end of the day, your vote is not going to count there either. But so I guess that's all I have right now, guys. But let me know if you find out anything. I'll let you know if I find out anything. And I guess I'll be getting another Bible lesson, I guess, together for soon, maybe even for Sabbath or before. And of course, it's going to be relevant to what's going on today. And you know, we need instruction on how to live and what to do and what not to do and who to be around and who not to be around in these times. So anyway, man, Brian Anthony with Beyond Babbitt, over and out. Love y'all, man. Peace and blessing. Brian Anthony with Beyond Babbitt, over and out. Be safe.